So I've started cutting on the piece of wood with the hole saw, but right away I noticed a problem. I'm going to have to go really slow with this because I actually, well, somehow the chuck fell off my drill press. It was just a press fit holding it on. I was able to manage to get it back in place, but yeah, I thought I broke my drill press for a minute there. But I'm going to take this really slow and get back to you when it's done. Okay, I'm halfway through the piece of wood, and I am going to turn the board over and start drilling from the other side using the center hole of the hole saw as a guide. That way I won't get any tear out on the back side. And let's see. Okay. Well, my camera actually died on me in that last clip, like a second or two before the drill actually went all the way through the wood, but I did manage to get the hole cut out, which gives me this nice disc of wood with a hole in the center. Now, let's see. I'm going to be using probably this, which is 1/4 inch steel rod. I'll be putting it through that central hole and using that as an axis for this to spin on. And okay, I'm now going to be cutting the metal rod to use as the shaft for the sanding drum. Now I've just grabbed a few inches off the end. I didn't really measure it or anything, but a bit less than 3 inches. And I'll be cutting it off with the Dremel with just a cut-off disc on it. And yeah. So I've finished cutting the shaft for the center. As you can see, it doesn't quite fit into the hole in the center of the drum. So I will be actually grinding the bottom portion of the shaft down using the drill press and tapering it to a point so I could get a nice tight fit into that hole. Well, I have completed tapering the shaft. This is shiny area where it's been tapered. Now fits into there and will be hammered in for a tight fit afterwards, but I still have more stuff I need to do before then. It's still quite hot from the turning process, so I don't want to really touch it for any longer than I need to, but yeah. So you can see I've marked a line on the drum with a Sharpie marker, and this line goes in 1 inch away from the edge and goes across the grain. That way I don't weaken the drum. And I will be cutting this out on the bandsaw. I just need to clean off the table and set it up, get it ready to cut. I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 cuts. Beside each other to create the groove that the sandpaper will go down in to secure the sandpaper in place. See that groove? The edge of the sandpaper will go down in there, and a wedge will go in between the 2 ends of the sandpaper. So I've gone ahead and added the sandpaper to the outside of the drum. You can see it's just held in there with a little wooden wedge. Now you can cut the sandpaper to size with a razor knife. I used a old belt sander belt that I had ripped and cut strips out of it. This is 50 grit sandpaper, so it's really coarse. And the next step would be to just, that's not the right, add the shaft. Make sure it goes in straight. Let me do something. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I've added the central shaft, and I actually ended up using the drill press as an arbor press to push the shaft in and make sure it stays nice and straight. So, yeah, got myself a sanding drum now. Wood. Works pretty good. Need to set up a fence, and then I can start ripping down planking. Or not ripping, but sanding. Yeah. I've completed the sanding drum. And you can see I used the original piece of wood I cut the disc from as a base for it, so that it actually sits kind of down in the hole a little bit. I've got a fence set up from just a scrap piece of wood, and fence can be adjusted by just moving it in and out. Now, use it. Yeah, this will be a great tool. Really helped me out on my model. And that's all for this video. See you next time. Bye bye.